Good morning, everybody, and happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of The Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay, Financial Fanatics Edition. I am Marisha LaShay, and I have my good girl,
Good
Tia.
morning, good morning, good morning.
Tia, wow,
Wow.
it is day 22.
Can you
What,
believe it? 22
where
days.
has the time gone?
Yes.
Okay, is where my mind is when I'm typing in, like, okay, getting prepared for another show, getting prepared for another week. I mean, we were literally 3 weeks ago planning for this thing, and I am amazed. I want to dedicate today's show to my great grandmother who has went to be on with the Lord. I found out yesterday, but she died on
Oh,
Friday.
I'm so
But
sorry.
this show is dedicated to a trailblazer because that woman, she wasn't scrubbing nobody floors, right? And I come from a background of strong women. This woman left Georgia, went on to New York to go to nursing school.
Wow.
And that right here is like, it's giving. I remember when I started this show, honey, we wasn't right here on StreamYard. This wasn't like a grand old thing. But I'm grateful because the time that has lapsed, wow. But my great grandmother was about family. And today you guys are going to see the connection. But I definitely wanted to dedicate today to her, this show to her today.
Yeah. I love
So
that. I
moving forward,
love
you
that.
guys, definitely just want to check in. How are we feeling on a scale from 1 to 10? One being the worst day of my life, 10 being the best day of my life. And y'all know that nobody can tell you how to feel. And we're talking about that one. Can I be below a one? Absolutely. Can I be above a 10? Absolutely. And Tia and I always go first. Whether you are on Facebook, YouTube, definitely feel free to drop those numbers and those comments on how you're feeling this morning. So
Yeah.
yes,
You know what? At first, I was a nine. Then you
okay.
just shared that news with me. And now I'm going to force myself to be on it. And
I mean, that's where I'm at. I mean, I'm just like, I'm not acting like ain't nothing happened,
yeah.
but what I am and where I am, it's not about me. It will be have been selfish to say, I can't believe
Yeah.
this woman was 91 years old.
Oh, she lived a good life, honey.
She lived a great,
She lived a
phenomenal
good
life.
life.
She set this family up. You
Yeah.
hear me? She
Mhm.
only had one child, and that was that.
And look at all the fruit from that.
Exactly. So I'm
Mhm.
just like, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. Thank you, Lord. I won't complain because this woman was not a woman of many words, but when she did speak, she
Oh, she
spoke.
spoke.
And that was that. That's why I just said I knew that you were gonna say something
Oh
so
yeah. Oh
amazing.
yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
that's when the connection started. Devil. Just want to devil. No.
He be trying to come in. He be trying to come in.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
had
all
never
right.
seen that in my life. I didn't panic. I was trying to throw up another countdown.
That's
But
okay.
yes, it's okay.
That's okay. Because
It's
I
okay.
told the people what they could do in down in the comments, but we gonna let you go ahead and say what you
Definitely.
need to say about how you feeling.
Yeah, like I said, y'all, I am the craziest part is y'all, I'm good. Like I'm at peace. She's at peace. Everybody's good. I know that it is when death occurs, I can say that I'm at peace because we didn't already got that together. This is why we talk about family planning. This is, excuse me, everything didn't know when, but to know she's going to be on with the Lord.
Yep.
We already know what her plan is,
Yep.
and
Yep.
with that, just seeing where my grandmother stands, right? So we can support and love on her. Because to
Mm-hmm.
be with somebody every day of your life, that's tough. And then they see you later. my assignment on earth is done, I am going to be with the Lord. So, you guys, I'm above a 10 today. To say all of that, to say I'm above a 10, I'm off the rating scale today. Only
Yeah.
because I just want to keep going.
Yeah.
The funny part is yesterday after we recorded or whatever, spent some time editing, but I just took the opportunity to rest more. And when I woke up, my dad had news for me, but I was just like, honey, that was great, a great nap. But wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I said it's not crazy because it's a part of the life cycle. It's
Yeah.
just a part of what happened. We come in, we do what we were gonna do, and when the Lord said, "Come on home," or you tell God that you're tired, come on, baby, I got your house already together. Come on, let's go. And that's what it was. So, you guys, definitely thank you for your support. You know that I always love to just keep it a buck with you all about what is happening and why I'm still coming on, giving my 1,000%. Because just because life happened to you, it should not slow you down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and keep pumping, and we're gonna keep on making this thing happen because that's what she would have wanted for me. And that's
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
That's that.
Absolutely.
That is totally that. And I'm just thankful. That's it, y'all. I'm just thankful. So when we talk about today and what today is about, the question is, um, what is financial planning for the family?
Oh yeah.
What is financial planning for the family?
Good.
Mm,
That's good. So we're going to talk about this from two perspectives, right? We're going to do
let's
some
go.
future forward planning, and then we're going to
Ah,
do some planning for today and tomorrow. Okay. So
got you.
family planning is exactly what it sounds like, right? And we're coming from a financial space, okay? So we ain't telling
Got
you when to start a family. We're telling you how to plan, financially for your family. So this is just setting up financial situations that will allow you to have funds for your family for every sector of your life, right? Now, in the very beginning of our segment, we first started talking about life insurance, right? And as it pertains to what Marisha just said about her family and what they're going through right now, and what I know of her and of her family, I know they had their life insurance stuff taken care of, down packed. Everything probably was laid out to the T because something about those women who are over 70, they
Don't
just
play.
cold with it, okay? They
They
just
don't play.
cold with it. Stuff that you don't even know have been happening behind the scenes, baby. And when they leave this earth, you're like, dang, grandma, I wish I was half the woman as you were.
That's
Right?
it.
So,
Trail.
okay. So when it comes to planning for your family for the future, you want to be thinking about a couple of different things, right? You want to think about what type of life do I have my family in right now? What type
Mm-hmm.
of lifestyle are we living, right? Then you want to think about what type of things or what type of situations am I putting my family into? So you're thinking about the lifestyle, then you're thinking about the situations and the scenarios, and then I want you to think about, well, when I leave this earth, what type of lifestyle do I want my family to have? Now, this is the
Yes.
forward planning, okay? So, a couple of things that you will want to do. Of course, we've always talked about the basis of generational wealth comes through life insurance, right? Now, I'm going to stop calling it life insurance. I'm going to start calling it income protection from now on because I don't want you all to be like, oh, Tia, well, if I die, I'm not the one that benefits from life insurance, right? Okay, so we're just going to call it income protection. So, your legacy, you're going to get your legacy plan all set up, right? And then once you have that set up, you're going to say, okay, what would be the value? How much money do I want my family to start off with should I leave this earth tomorrow? Right? Because you
Mhm.
want to think about the lifestyle that you have given them. Do you want them to continue to live in the house that they were living in? Do you want your children to continue to go to the stores that they were going to? I mean, to the schools, I'm sorry, that they were going to, but also to the stores that they're accustomed to shopping. Do you want them to continue to do that? Now, men and women, for you, do you want your spouse? Now, don't answer this question jealously, okay? Just think
Mhm.
of what I'm saying.
Okay.
Do you want your spouse to go on and remarry simply for the additional income that they'll need for their home. Now, I know you
All
probably
I'm
do
saying
that.
is, honey, I am dead and gone. Don't stop living because, oh, I love my wife. Baby, I am going to be on to my next assignment and I might be meeting me a man in heaven. So, with that being said, you need to be happy. I'm
Oh
never going to
my
stop
God.
nobody. I'm not going to stop nobody blessing. I'm not about to stop you from living your daggone life because you still crying over my daggone dead self. If you don't wake yourself up, it's over what we had, baby. To death do us part. But I also understand that death could take a toll on a couple if they've been together for a long time, over 30 plus years. They can die from a broken heart. So with that being said, honey, if there, and if you not, that's okay too. But don't stop your life because somebody passed away.
Wait,
Come on now. You know
you
I'm
just
always
you,
keeping a
you
buck.
just took me out with the I might meet a man in heaven.
Hey, somebody was waiting for me, and I was coming for to meet them. Hey, I
I was
know. You
supposed to have my serious face on, but y'all listen. Okay, well,
I know, girl. I know you wasn't expecting it. I
I
know.
was okay. Scratch what I said. Let your spouse meet their next person then.
I mean, seriously, you guys. Like in all seriousness, how can you be selfish and write in a will that they cannot remarry again? However, if you were serious about your family, I say this. Maybe you might want to put in a prenup in there saying that this woman can't take that man for his assets, you know, or something like that. Or maybe I don't know because people,
Look, they just look. You want to make sure. This is what I'm saying. You want
yeah,
to make sure that your spouse has some type of income to cover the things that you have provided for them, right? Because you
absolutely,
don't want them to get entangled with someone just
yep,
for financial gain, right? You don't
yes,
want them to do that. You don't want even that to be a thing, right? So just make sure
right,
that you're planning for them properly. Now, we did have a conversation previously about trust and wills, and you want to make sure that you have those things set up, right? Because now you're thinking about, well, my family's going to come into a large amount of money. My children are going to come into a large amount of money, and I don't
yep,
want them 3 to 5 years from my passing to be broke, right? I want them to continue to live the life that they've been accustomed to for years and years to come, as well as help them with some financial principles and customs. So you would set up some type of situation or some type of trust so that way the money is dispersed in the most positive way, right? And
absolutely,
then with that future forward planning, you would leave them out a plan for how you would want the money to be spent. You would say
yep,
things like, hey, take some of this money and pay off the house, right? I want you to live comfortably. I don't want you to lose it. Because the truth of the
good,
matter is, 1 to 2 years after a spouse dies, the living spouse will put the house up to sell because they need the money. A lot of
yeah,
times people buy houses for two incomes, right? And then when you lose one, what ends up happening? You can't continue to stay there. So you'll
yep,
tell them things like pay off the house, pay off all of the cars so you don't have a car note. Put some money to the side for the kids' college. Put some money to the side for this when they turn, depending on how much money you have for your legacy plan and your income protection plan. Put some money up to the side for when they turn 25, they can have this to start their lives. Or when you turn 40, you can have this to do whatever it is that you want to do, right? You're creating a plan, a strategic plan on how to allow them to live comfortably. Now, we've also talked about a whole bunch of things. So, starting bank accounts, starting savings accounts, starting mutual funds, starting just to start building a budget. You've already trained your family or sat down with your family and told them all of these things that we've told you. And you've already got all of these things set up, right? So now we already know what's happening for the future forward planning. But
yep,
I want to talk to you about the right now, about what you
good.
can be doing right now with your family.
Talk your talk.
When you're thinking about planning for your family's financial situations, you want to look at the whole picture, right? You want to look at the whole picture. Now, let's start off with the kids. Kids are young, and a lot of times they just want. Can you buy this? Can you do this? Can you buy these Roblox gift cards? Can you buy me an Amazon gift card? One of the things that we have to start teaching our kids is that you work hard for the things that you want, giving them some type of chore, right? Getting them on some type of structured schedule. And what that's going to do is they're going to know from this time to this time, if I'm not doing the things that I'm supposed to, I cannot receive the financial compensation that I would like. Now, if they did do it, you then sit down with them and create a kid budget. You can create a kid budget with them, right? They may have a $10 allowance, and you need to show them how to budget that $10 so they'll learn how to save. That's just where this is, right? You start teaching them little things. You might say, okay, you need to pay $1 towards your rent. You might need to pay $1 towards the lights. You might need to do this. And you're not making them pay the one. You're not making them really pay you. You could be just collecting and saving the money for them for whatever. But now you've taught your children what adult life actually looks like. That's
That's
good,
good.
because you have to start there with them, right? Because they think money grows on trees. And that's just absolutely not true.
Mhm.
Now, when it comes to the adults in the situation, you want to look at some really key times in your life, right? For when you think you're spending more money than you usually do during the year. So for me, one of those times is back to school time, right? A lot
Yep.
of us are spending a lot of money at back to school time. And what we like to think is, oh my God, school is out in June. I have months and months and months to think about this thing. But
No,
really,
honey.
that thing comes so quick now because students are getting out in June and school is starting back in August. One of the good things that you could do is you can look at all of the money that you have spent during back to school in the previous school year.
That's good. Talk your
And
talk, girl.
you can say, okay, I spent, let's just throw a number out there. I spent $400 altogether on all of the kids. Well, pick a time. Let's say now. Let's start now in October or in September, I'm sorry, and start saving little by little by little to get to the $400. Because when back to school time comes, now you have put that in your budget and you're not feeling stressed. You're not feeling like, oh my God, I have to wait till my next check. I have to figure out what I'm not going to pay so I can buy all the back to school things. And it's going to feel so good because you now have had this money allocated towards that thing. Let's pick another time. Summertime.
Yep.
If you have not put your children in some type of activity or sport or whatever that gets them out of the house, your grocery bill is going to skyrocket. This is just proven because you have to have enough food in the house to cover the hungry bellies that they have now inherited, which were not the ones that they had during the school year. I don't know what that's all about, but kids get a new stomach in the summertime, and your pockets get a new hole in it in the summertime. Well, if you know, okay, in June, I might have spent $500 on groceries to stock up on everything. Well, closer to the springtime, you start saving up some money for the summer. And then once the summer vacation starts, now you have the money to pay for all of the extra things. Let's take it a step further. Your kids play sports, whether it be a girl going to cheer or a boy going to football. Those fees are sometimes kind of standard. There's a baseline fee, and a lot of times those fees are due in August. And sometimes they're due in June as well, right? So now you want to take however much you paid the year before and start saving that money little by little by little. The best way to do this, though, is if you use cash and use the cash stuffing method when you put
Yeah.
it in the envelope. That would
Talk
be a
about
great
it.
way to do it. I know I've
Talk
been
about
talking.
it. Talk about it. Because
That'll
that's
be a
it
great
right
way.
there. Talk about it. Because that's definitely, what needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like different ways to be able to help yourself out. You have to understand the trends and the patterns of your life and how you get down with money.
Yeah.
This is just one of those things. Oh my God, I knew my milestone birthday was coming up and I wasn't
Right.
prepared. Oh, I knew because I was just having a conversation with myself. My son's birthday is next month. We reconvened, we talked about it. Hey, this is what your initial plan is. This is gonna be cool for you. Hey mom, instead can we do this, this, and this, and this, and this?
Yeah.
Okay, Kaden, that sounds great. Let me start making those plans right now. Let me secure the space. Let me do this and that and the third and the fourth and the fifth.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want it to kind of be crazy or over the top.
Now, you know what? When it comes to things like that, like birthdays and stuff, you know what your kids like. I'm not saying you, but like people know what their kids like for the most part, right?
Yep,
Now, you can start planning for those things really easily, right? There's opportunities to prepay for things. That's another thing that I like. You can prepay for things like you said, let me get this together, let me get that together, let me start doing this because you can prepay for those things. And then once the day comes, now you're just comfortable. Now you're
yes,
just going with the flow. And that's really where I'm trying to get people, right? Because I don't really know, like I said in our budgeting episode, I don't know what your income looks like. And I don't know all of the things that you have going on in your budget or even what debts are stretching you, right? I
yep,
don't. To be honest, all I want you to do is to start thinking about how you can use these different methods to do the things that you want to do. I've been in a debt repayment journey before. And one of the things that I found out, I mean, we're always in a debt repayment journey, but one of the things that I found out is that you cannot take away all of the luxuries that you were used to. You can't do all of them, right? So what you have to start doing is putting money to the side so you can go ahead and do that little by little. It's okay if you're building it. And you want to know something about the cash stuffing method? When you put the money in the envelopes and you start seeing that thing grow, it motivates you. It motivates you to
yes,
want
it
to do
does.
more.
It's definitely motivating. So we
Yeah,
would say initially, first starting off with knowing how your money is being spent month to month
correct.
by looking at your budget. So first start off, look at what your actual budget is for the norm of your monthly expenses.
Yep.
Then once you can take it monthly, let's go in increments of 3 months, then 6 months, then 9 months, and so forth. Because some expenses, if you had your three accounts,
Yeah.
you can kind of pull those statements to know, like, okay, for the month, this is what I did in August. This is what, and sometimes backwards planning is also an option.
Yeah.
Forward planning is already
Absolutely.
great, but
Absolutely.
backwards planning, if you could go back at least a year, 6 months, 3 months, you will know what's going on, and
Yep.
you will start allocating funds differently, and you will start, boom, let me put this in my little savings
Yeah.
thingy. You have to take accountability, is what we're asking you to do. We are asking you to be more responsible in having these tough conversations of discipline with yourself about your money because
That's
you
it.
work hard. That's beautiful.
That's
But at
it.
the same time, how are you? You got to be a steward of your money.
You
You
have to.
have to be.
You
That's
have
not an option because what are you teaching the children?
Yes. Yes, and and you know what's crazy? One of the things that we talk about all the time when we're talking with our income protection families or the families that we're protecting or whatever, we always talk about, do your kids know anything about money? Do your kids know how this works in the house? Do they know, how you're spending, what you're spending it on? Does your spouse know? Right? If your
Mhm.
spouse is a stay at home, whether it be mom or dad, are they also included in how the expenses are being paid out? Because one of the things that happens is when they don't know, they're just hit with a bomb when it's no longer happening. So you have to be making sure that everybody is included in this thing when it comes to learning about money, when it comes to learning about how to structure your household and what is going on. They have to know. They have to know.
Yeah. And some people are like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. I'm the one that's doing this and this and this. No, this is a nice little sit down forum. Hello,
Yeah.
children and family, wife, husband. I want
Yeah,
to have a quick conversation about our finances. Okay.
that's
I
it.
understand that, like, yearly,
That's
monthly,
it.
month to
That's it.
month,
That's
we
it.
got to know what's going on. We don't got time for the surprise.
That's
We're
it.
not doing
I'm telling
it.
you.
We're not
I'm
doing
telling
it.
you.
We're not doing it. First and foremost, checking out your financial patterns, acknowledging that financial conversation has to happen in a household.
Yep.
Second thing is actually stopping to jot.
Yep.
Stop and jot what you're going to do. What is the plan for the month? And make sure that everybody knows.
Yep. And the
Okay.
third one, oh,
Let's go. Yeah, let's go for the third. What's the
get
third?
your legacy plan in order.
Mm,
Get your legacy plan in order.
got you. Got you. Yeah, because we just want to make sure that it's clear because we've said a lot, but we always want to tie it back to at least three takeaways that you can take with you and start implementing this thing because it is a lot. It is a lot of experience that's talked about and different things and examples related to real life application. Some people would have liked visuals, but like I said, it's always more to come when we start talking this talk.
Look, I love a good visual,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes them visuals don't fit your whole life.
It's not
So, but I love visuals. So the next time we do this Financial Fanatics series, we're gonna have all kind of visuals for y'all throwing out there.
definitely so. Definitely so. It's definitely, y'all, it's not just a series. I said there's more to come from Financial Fanatics because it's not going to stop happening. It's just not going to stop happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it need to be a campaign or what, but it needs to be. It's the thing.
People
It's
need to hear from it. People need to hear about it.
Yeah, people don't
I
need to
get
just
it.
take a little sit
I get
down. We gotta hit y'all with the head. We gotta check in
Yeah.
at the beginning, but that's more for us to discuss. Y'all, we are about to get up out of here. I hope that you enjoyed today's show with the dedication and just when we're talking about family planning, the financial piece. So, y'all, with that being said, we're about to get up out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being flexible with all that has transpired on today. So we out of here. Peace.
Rich, why you not at the house party?
Listen.
I love you so bad.